Well, g'day YouTube. This is where a little bit of knowledge is a very, very dangerous thing. This poor car's had a bit of run out in this water pump pulley since I got it. I've never bothered to find out why. I had a suspicion, and I haven't had this pulley off. I've just loosened all the bolts, there's only 2 left. And my suspicion is that whoever did this water pump didn't know what the frig they were doing, and they used the spacer that comes in the kit with the pump. That's designed for a VN. This water pump fits VN to VY, and if you're using a VR, VS, VT, whatever pulley, this is this pulley here. This, you do not use the spacer. This pulley has little like dowel things that are actually punched into the pulley itself, so they form dowels that locate that pulley. Now I'm going to try and get a shot of this run out for you guys. A bit hard because this camera is not very good and it's sort of getting dark. I'm going to try and hold this camera still. Yeah, ish. Maybe if I can just hold this camera still. Bear with me for a sec. You guys should be used to my wobbly hands by now. So this camera should be pretty still. You can see the run out in this pulley, it's pretty bad. So this run out, you can see there's like 3-4 mil run out in this, it's real bad. Focus. So we've established it's got run out, we can see it clearly in the video. Now let's see if I'm right. I reckon I am right. Now, part of the giveaway that whomever did this pump didn't know what the hell they were doing. I suspect it might have been the owner of the car actually, rather than a motor mechanic. See something that shouldn't be there? Sealant. More specifically, silicon type sealant. There's heaps of it around here. I'm getting eaten by mosquitoes too, I might add. There's heaps of that sealant around here. Blue sealant usually means that you didn't know what you were doing. You probably didn't think it was going to seal because you didn't know how to clean it up properly without ruining the aluminium casting. But let's get this off. Enough chit chat. So let's see if I'm right. I reckon I am right. If you use the spacer with a VR, VS, VT, VX, VY, Ecotech, this pulley will not sit straight because the locating dowels won't be doing their job. Look at that. If I can get this to stop sliding off the car. It's even been stuck on with the blue silicon, the blue Celastic. So basically what it means, if I can get this in some light, there's not really much light around, but sorry everyone, I chose the wrong time of day to start getting curious about this car. That's one of the locating dowels. Nice if we can get some decent light. You can see that locating dowel is only sitting above that spacer a tiny bit. There you go, thank you friggin' camera. Now that dowel there is supposed to go into a corresponding hole in the boss of that water pump. That spacer is for VN Commodore with a different pulley. Now here we go. This is where it's supposed to sit. You can see bolt holes, and next to the bolt hole there's a hole there. It's a smaller diameter hole. That is for that locating dowel. So to put this right and fix the run out, it's actually, you think it would be as straightforward as removing this ring, but focus. Thank you. See, look, it does work. See, the problem with removing that ring is now there's silicon all over it, and that silicon has to be removed because it won't sit straight. It's got to be free of dirt, rust, any flaky paint. Same with this. This has to be nice and clean. If there's anything on this flange, it will run out and vibrate. Now, the consequence of this thing having run out in it is it's no longer balanced, dynamically balanced. So that is with it running. Now it hasn't trashed the water pump bearings, and this pump's a piece of shit. It's a, oh no it's not, it's a Repco pump. Sorry Repco, I thought it was a GMB pump. This is, no, it's what a mechanic would probably fit to your car, but it would trash the water pump bearings, and because the belt's shaking about, it'll trash all these pulley bearings too. This one feels, it's got a bit of noise, but it's smooth. We're looking for smoothness, and any obvious grittiness you can hear even. So you really need to read the manual before you do the job. Don't assume that just because it's in the box it's supposed to be used, because the truth is it's not obvious that that spacer isn't supposed to be used with this car, but it's not. So this is why I keep telling you guys, if you want to learn about cars, buy the workshop manual and read the book, because if you read the VS VT workshop manual, it will tell you that you won't show a spacer. So what do you do with the spacer? Take your pick. I just chuck them in the bin. You know, maybe you'll use this pulley for a project. I don't know why, but whatever, you guys making shit out there and driving it with little motors and whatever, you might use the serpentine belt to do that. You can flip the belt over actually, and it makes a pretty nice drive belt for low loads. So no spacer. I'm going to have to get rid of all this shit. You can see that, I mean, look at that, it's just all over the joint.